Well, it's Thursday, and where am I going? Hosford, Florida. Wait a minute, I'm going to Florida? What the? I'm finally heading north. Let's see here. You can kind of see what I have left to do, because number 2 up here is where I live, or near there. And number 1, that's where I'll be stopping in about 3 hours. I'm doing a 30-minute break, and that should free up the rest of my time on my clock, which will give me a little over 3 hours. So I'll stop at the top of Alabama, and then drive home the next day, about 6 hours worth of. It only takes about 6 hours to get from point 1 to point 2, and that's Friday tomorrow. So I was kind of surprised that they are. Well, I'm grateful that I'm able to get home. Let's just put it that way. And then I'll have to leave on Sunday in the afternoon sometime to take my load to Indiana, where it's required to get dropped off at a Lowe's. Oh, I guess I can. Oh, I just went through Montgomery. I'm putting on my new shoes, and they're a little bit harder to get on. Reset that map. So in 15 minutes, I'll be done. So I've got particle board, and they had tarping machines that they had us, the drivers, use, which was kind of unusual, since usually when they have machines to tarp the vehicle, it's usually done by employees there. So it's kind of cattywampus as far as the tarping job is concerned. I'm just north of Montgomery, Alabama. I might have mentioned that already. So yeah, I've got 2 lumber tarps on here, and this is all. There's 3 different varieties of particle board, or oriented strand board, and they tried to stack it in a cube, but of course the stacks that they have in the back are a smaller product, and they did a pyramid shape here in the middle, so they can put 4 up front as a block, and then the 3, and then 4 and 4. So it's as blocky looking as it could be, I guess. So, but with the way the different sizing makes it, it doesn't look as sharp on the corners, but everything's secured the way it needs to be. They're all 4x8 sheets, so each product, it's only stacked 2 high, so each one's got 2 straps, and should be covered. That's pretty much it. I'm just grateful I get to go home for the weekend, for at least a little bit, because I have 2 vehicles. Well, I guess technically I have 4 vehicles, but right now, 2 of my vehicles, I have a Jeep that I drive to work and I leave at the yard. Well, my wife drives a Ford Excursion with a 7.3 liter diesel, which is my favorite vehicle, but it's my wife's car. And then I just recently bought a Toyota Corolla a couple weeks ago, a little junker for one of my kids to drive around. But the way it's working is they're going to make car payments to me until it's paid off. So it's got a few issues that need to be fixed, and I can't really take care of it since I'm not there. In my big truck, the Excursion broke. It had some kind of issue. Well, anyway, it's been in with the mechanic for over a month. Had to have a head resurfaced. Okay, I don't want to get into it, but anyway, my wife's been driving another Jeep Grand Cherokee that I own, which technically I guess belongs to one of my kids, but it's registered in my name, so it's mine. And she's been borrowing that, and it's kind of a piece of junk. So we're both eager to get the Excursion out of the shop, because she's always wanted a smaller vehicle, but boy, she does like that truck when it's not there. I'm just telling you that, because it can. she's got a busy life and got a lot of things to take care of. And unfortunately, I'm not there to fix it. Typically, in all my previous past lives, if any of my vehicles have had a problem, I fixed it. I rarely take it to a mechanic unless I just don't have the time to do it. I had my injector cups go bad on that Excursion at one time, so I ended up pulling all the injectors out. I'd never done this before, but I just have supreme confidence in my mechanical abilities, even though I'm not a mechanic. And replaced those, and it took all day, and the truck started when I was done, and it fixed the problem. So this time there was some other issue that I'm on the road, 5-6 days a week. I don't have time to even diagnose an issue anymore. So it'll be good when that's done, because when I get that truck back, then I can actually go buy the tile. I need to tile the room downstairs so I can finish that and make even more money from my children. Because I figure that's the if people haven't figured it out yet, if you have a lot of kids and you charge them all rent, you can pretty much just retire when you're 40. So I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. So far it's all working out. Well, 9 minutes ago, I'm going to have a snack before I get back on the road. It is 3:20, and I'm trucking.